guys, so I've got a lot of questions about how to set your budget and stuff like that for groceries. So I just decided to do a quick video. I wrote down a couple of notes here just to maybe help you to kind of think through some things to figure out what's best for your family. Of course, I can't tell you what to set your grocery budget at because I don't know your family size. I don't know if it's more guys, like if you and mom and you got like 4 boys, they be eating. So I don't know the size of your family, or if you got picky eaters. I don't know any of that stuff, so you're really gonna have to decide that number for yourself. But I thought I'd at least kind of read off a couple of things that I kind of thought through that will help you to say, oh yeah, or you know, and then you can kind of figure it out from there. So one thing I would say is it's going to take a trial and error. You know, you may right now have a $600 a month grocery budget, $800 a month grocery budget, $1,200. I mean, some people spend $600 every 2 weeks. That's just their budget. That's what they do. They may not like it and they may want to change it, but the fact of the matter is that's what they're spending. So you have to look at that and say, okay, the next pay period, I'm going to try $100 less. Something like that. Or the next pay period, I'm going to shop on the sales ads. Or the next pay period, I'm going to try to go to Aldi's or Shop and Save or some of the more discount grocery stores. You just have to make that decision on your own, but it's going to be trial and error. Another thing is you need to maybe gather all your receipts and say, hey, this is what the $1,200 is broken down into. You know, 30% of it is snacks, 40% of it is meat, 20% of it is juice and soda, and then go from there and say, you know what, we spent $200 on soda. Let's just cut that in half. You know, if we were drinking 2 cans a day, let's go to 1. That will save us X amount of dollars. So look at your receipts, really comb through them, gather them, look through your purse, wallets, whatever you got. Just look through some receipts and figure out where you can go from there. So yes, so also you have to think about, do you have access to a stockpile? If you have a stockpile, then your weekly groceries may be smaller because you don't have to buy cereal every week. You're not buying pasta every week. You got a great deal on meat maybe a couple weeks ago at a meat sale. So if you've got stockpile of things, that is really going to just basically put you getting fruits and veggies and maybe some dairy products. It's going to be a very small amount of items. So if you have a stockpile, then you should really be able to cut your budget. It's just a matter of looking and seeing what you're spending it on. What else? I wrote down, you know, sometimes you won't be able to get your family's favorite cereal. And all that means is if Johnny will only eat Honey Nut Cheerios with that brand, with the little B on the front, for $3 a box, Johnny gonna have to go ahead and get the Great Value brand for $2, and you gonna save you $1. You have to think about that. Sometimes store brand is way more than the name brand items, but at least try to, over the next couple of times you go to the grocery store, look, just say, you know what, hey, I'm just gonna look. It doesn't hurt to look. So when you're going to pick up your normal things, look and see how much that same item is in the store brand edition, how much it may cost. Because if you completely go from all name brand to store brand, if the store brand was cheaper, then you may see, oh man, I actually did save actually $15 this trip. Or if you say, okay, we really want to get name brand, go on coupons.com and see if, hey, do they have Kellogg's cereal coupon? Print off the coupon and you may be able to get it down to the store brand prices. So think about that. Maybe your favorite OJ has to go. You might not be able to have the orange juice every single day. Maybe you get the smaller container and have it every other day and supplement with water. Sometimes you just have to sacrifice for a month and reevaluate after that. You know, it's gonna be crazy, especially when you've got a family of somebody wanting this and somebody wanting that. Where is this? Why didn't you get that? Like today, Daniel was leaving out the door and he said, Mom, I just don't have enough stuff in my lunch. Literally in my refrigerator, I have these small little containers with so many options in there. He didn't want one of them. That's not my problem. I supplied him with food, but he didn't want it. He's like, oh, well, I think I want this or that. For the little snacks this week, I made some healthy oatmeal cookies, and I made 27 cookies, I believe. And then that was just from some baking stuff that I had. And then I had a prepackaged $1 cupcake mix that I bought at my grocery haul. That I bought when I did my grocery haul. I made those. So we've got 12 of these cute little orange cupcakes and then 27 cookies for dessert for the week. I did buy a box of brownies. I was trying to save it for the weekend. He's like, well, when I get home from school, I'm making those brownies so I can put that in my lunch. Really, Daniel? So it's like your kids are going to want with the stuff that they want, and you got to say, really, Daniel? And give them the oatmeal cookies and, So sometimes you just got to sacrifice. Store brand is sometimes cheaper, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I was saying, like, for your first week one, or if you say, okay, I'm going to start in February trying to do a discount groceries, maybe for the first week you say, okay, I'm going to take out $25 out of my budget, to lower it, to try to get it at a reasonable price. And I'm going to try to shop just on that and be mindful of it. And just, you can still have the $25, but keep it at home and say you're just going to try your best to stick to whatever the budget is for that week. And just maybe creep down each week if you have a super high budget. Now, if you got a super low budget and you're like, look, I ain't got enough money to feed these people in my family, then you want to stick more on the side of necessities and basics. So you probably want to get more of your meats if you have meat eaters in your house. Or if you don't, then stick with something like pastas, rice, potatoes, beans. Those are very cheap and you can beef up any type of meal using those items. And then you go and get your produce and veggies. And if you have a small budget and you are not getting enough food, maybe for fruit and veggies, specifically veggies, you can get frozen so they can last. A lot of times those frozen bag veggies go on sale for $1.79, something like that. So maybe you can do frozen instead of fresh, or half and half. That way you can get a little bit more for your money. I said make a list of things you are out of. All right. Sales items in the store flyer. So make a list of the things that you're out of. Obviously, if you eat ketchup or mayo or something like that every single week, you have to put that in your budget because you eat it every single week. So just make sure you jot down the things that every week you have to have if you run out of those things consistently, like bread and stuff like that that people will need to get. And then the sale items in the store flyers. Just when you walk in, grab that store flyer. Look over it, or before you go to the store would be even better if you can get online and look at their sales ads before you go. That way you literally can look at your computer, jot down some things and say, okay, instead of all those ground turkey meals I was going to make this week, I'm going to make chicken meals because they have a lot of chicken on sale. And then you just kind of flip it. So that's what I had. Okay, number 3, rethink stores that you buy bulk. So when you are going to Sam's and Costco and BJ's and all these different places, are you really saving? Think about that. I know you want to go and get everything and just be completely done with it, like 50 boxes or a big box of 50 bags of chips for the kids' lunches. But if you look at the ounce and you kind of ration out, if you bought a bag of 100 Ziploc bags for $1, because a lot of those do go on sale for $1, and then you're able to get buy one get one free big bags of chips, or you're able to buy the name brand chips with $1 off coupon or something like that. And a lot of times a 10 for 10 you can get pretzels and stuff super cheap for $1, and you can bag your own baggies. Would that be cheaper? Do you have time for that? Am I talking crazy? So that's just something else. Really think about your Sam's. Now this year we might be implementing Sam's Club into our annual budget. I went ahead and got the membership and stuff. I've had one, but I had to renew it. But last year we didn't go to Sam's other than for Daniel's birthday. yeah, so like last week of the year, that was the only time I went. So that's something we're going to implement into our budget. That is separate from groceries. It's more a Sam's Club. It's in our Sam's Club category. So, but yeah, is it really saving you money? Of course, when I would go for birthday parties and get the kids cakes at Walmart and County Market and Schnucks and all these places, the local grocery stores, it'd be like $20 for 24 cupcakes or something like that. And at Sam's Club, you get like 32 cupcakes for $15. So for that, it's definitely worth it. So yeah, so just rethink your bulk buying. Is it really saving you? Sometimes you can go to all of these and get bags and bags of fruit and veggies, and you will have this big stockpile, and then you go to Sam's and you think, oh, I got this huge 20-pound bag of apples. It was, you know, $15, but if you would have went to all these, it would have been 20 pounds for $7. So it just, you got to figure that out. You got to figure out, is your bulk wholesale store really saving you when you actually sit down, or are you just going to get it done, get it home, and be done with it? And this is, of course, if you really want to cut back on your budget. So, okay. So that was just some of the things. I did say when you are going grocery shopping, make sure you have cash and a calculator so you can add up what you're putting in your cart and have your cash so that you know you're not going over your budget. Of course, I'm an advocate for coupons and getting them any way possible, as far as asking your family members, getting it out of your, if you work in an office at work and you guys come in on Mondays and the Sunday paper is there. It just depends. Just coupons.com is great. Now I need to count in my budget ink and paper to make sure, you know, I'm able to print those and make sure I'm not spending a ton of money on ink and paper plus newspapers. So you have to figure that out. Is it really saving your family money by using coupons? Some people say no, some people say heck yeah. So yeah, and then I said number 5, meal plan. So of course you want a meal plan for several reasons, but for one big reason is if you meal plan, and I always advocate meal planning off of the sales ads, because you're getting more food for a smaller amount of money versus you just getting on Pinterest and wanting to create all these meals that are costing you in the grocery store $200, $300 a week to make all these like fancy meals. Now, of course, if you can afford it, then by all means enjoy yourself and have fun. But if you're trying to cut back, or you're trying to be smart with whatever grocery money that you have that may be a small budget, Pinterest sometimes ain't your friend, because it's so many options on there and you need so many ingredients. Sometimes eating simple can save you a lot of money. It's boring as all get out, but it will save you, you know, just getting that chicken and that veggie on that plate, and then having something simple as soups and sandwiches for lunches, and eggs and oatmeal for breakfast, something where you can buy it in a big thing and it can last you, but it can still fill you up. So you just got to figure that out. But like I said, try to get some of those filler meals, like the beans and the pastas and the grainy carb type stuff, because it does fill you up, and then you can add in your veggies to make it even bigger. I mean, there's been times where I've used 3 bags of veggies, 2 chicken breasts, and, you know, a half of a box of pasta to make a meal, and it fed all 6 of us and everybody was full. So I'm just trying to give a couple of tips. I somewhat thought through this video, but really I just kind of want to talk and chat and give some quick ideas, wrote a couple things down, and yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you back here on another video. Bye.